Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Dancing Heart, the place that inspires you to follow your heart and dream big. I'm your host, Torny, and in today's episode, I have invited a good friend of mine, Gabriele Lopez, on the show. I connected with Gabriele through an online certification course last year where we became very good friends, and since then we have connected weekly. So I thought I would invite her on the Dancing Heart podcast so she can share her story with you, how she, after 10 years of marriage living in Germany, went back to Lithuania to follow her heart and her own dreams and to create her own life. So let's dive in. I just want to say welcome to the Dancing Heart podcast, Gabriele Lopez.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming. And I just also want to start to say that we got to know each other a year ago during our certification in the coaching. And since then, we have had this very special connection and we've been talking every week.
Yes, supporting each other.
Supporting each other on this journey. And I'm so excited to have a conversation with you today on my podcast. And I just want to start to ask you, what makes your heart dance today?
The fact that I had to shovel a lot of snow.
Yeah, I love it.
I realized that I have two options. I can be very sad and pissed about it, or I can be very grateful that I have a car and that my daughter is healthy and that she can go to kindergarten and that I can experience White Christmas. So all that gratitude makes me happy.
I love that. Especially like hearing you have so much snow. And I used to be in the cold country with a lot of snow as well. And now I'm just happy to wear pants because it's so warm here. And we had a chilly morning, like only 22 degrees. So yeah,
Okay.
that's the start. Okay, Gabriella, you also have a very inspiring story. Tell me about you're originally from Lithuania, where you are today, and tell me about your situation or yourself.
Yeah, so I am from Lithuania and I have lived here like for 20 years or something like that. And later I wanted to see the world and study abroad. And I went to see America and I went to Germany to study in an exchange program where I met my future ex-husband. And I fall in love and I traveled with him. We went to Australia and to South America, Ecuador. He's from Ecuador. Um, and then I lived in Germany for a while, like 10 years.
So 10 years in Germany. Wow.
Yes. And then I had this dream to come back to Lithuania, but it felt impossible. It felt like totally unachievable because for my now ex-husband was like, he said it's too cold and he doesn't know the language and the people are not so friendly. And I had this calling that I want to come back. And everything happened in a way that we had to divorce. And then I said, okay, I can make the best out of really bad situation and I can come back. And it's now 1 year and a half that I'm back in Vilnius and I really love it.
Oh, I got chilled when you said that you made the bad situation into something good. And you followed your call by making the best of your situation. And then you made a decision going back to Lithuania after your divorce. And you also
Yeah.
have two kids.
Yes, I have two kids and now I'm taking care of them alone. So I'm a real sovereign mom
You
and
are.
I kind of like it, but it's hard at times as well. It has its ups and downs.
I know everything about that. I know everything about that. And it
Yeah.
was also so great to connect with you because we have the same our kids' fathers are from the same country, Ecuador. So we also bonded over that connection.
Yes, yes. It's very special. We can understand each other on a very deep level, I feel. And we can feel like all those cultural differences that were happening. And
Absolutely. With supporting each other. So tell me more about when you left Germany and you had this dream about coming back to Lithuania and you made it happen. Tell me more about the process.
well, it wasn't easy because it did not look reasonable at all. It looked like I have better chances and better opportunities in Germany. But in the process of divorce, I realized I have two ways. I can like go really, really down, or I can just start to build myself up from scratch. And I got very in all this personal development field. And I did a program called Life Book, where I totally how to say that, redefine my life. I wrote about everything what I want out of life. And we had to create our life vision. And I realized that I do not get any closer to my life vision if I stay.
Wow.
So the first thing I had to do was to move to Lithuania and then to see what happens.
Nice. Can you tell me more about the life book? For those
Yes.
who don't know anything about it, you rewrote your visions, and how did you do that? With the help of life book.
Yeah, Lifebook is, I think it's the most powerful program there is. So you separate your life into different categories and you think very deeply about what you want out of each of them without the what society wants from you, what looks good, or like what is acceptable. It's like, what do you really want? And then you see that your life is not only about career or parenting. There is also your health and fitness, there is spiritual life, there is emotional life, uh, social life, romantic relationship, your quality of life. Everything is very important and everything is interconnected. And when you get really clear on what you want to have and who you want to become, it really integrates you as a person. And you get very clear on what you want and what you're about.
You made this and you had your clear vision after your program in Lifebook, and it took you back to Lithuania.
Yes, yes. I remember I finished my life book that I gave as a birthday present for myself 2 years ago. And I went for a walk then in Germany. I love taking walks there in the mountains. And I was like, what can I do to come back? Because I see that there is no option for me to stay because I will never be happy there where I am. And I took a walk, I sit down, I wrote a list of the things I could do in Lithuania. None of them make sense at all. And
Do you
I
remember what you wrote?
not really, like I wrote like I could become a psychologist, or I wrote I could do some business, sell something. I don't remember. But there were like some, one of them was to become a coach actually.
You
Because
completed that one.
yes, yes. I should find that list actually.
You should go back to it. So why didn't it make any sense? The things that you wrote down.
I don't know, it felt really far off. I guess my self-esteem was very, very low at the moment. I felt like I could do nothing. Um, but what I wanted to say about that walk is I did the list of things I could do, and I was so inspired, and I believed so much I can do it. And I came back home. I opened my computer, and I saw an advertisement of a job in Lithuania where they want people that were living abroad to come and do some projects with the government. And I got so inspired that I immediately applied and I went through the whole process. And that was what really brought me back to Lithuania. And in the end, I didn't got the job.
Oh,
And
but it got
but
you back to Lithuania at least.
yes, I needed that. It got me back to Lithuania. But now thinking backwards, I think it's good that I didn't got the job. I was in no position to start and work back then. I needed 1 more year to concentrate on myself, to like rebuild myself.
Because it takes time to rebuild yourself, because when you go through these transitions of life, you have been in a marriage for 10 years, living a life, and then suddenly everything becomes different and you move to another country or back home with 2 kids, suddenly are a sovereign mom and everything is new. Can you tell me a little bit more about the rebuilding yourself?
Okay.
What did you do?
Yes. Yes. So I start with taking different programs. I also got I asked help of from everyone that I met. And I told everyone, hey, I'm really bad. Please help me. Please talk to me. Please spend time with me. So there were some people in Germany that were really, really supportive, and that would take hours talking with me on the phone. And I was so unsure that I had to ask a woman, like, is it okay how my husband is behaving? Because I don't know. I was so confused. I wasn't sure.
Mm.
And then she said, yes, that is not okay. It's like, okay, so maybe I'm not completely mad. And I also got a friend that I think I had like the first real spiritual conversation with her. And she's like, you will get through it and there will be a new chapter in your life. And she's told me like, just live right now in the moment. And so talking to her really helped me. Then she gave me some books to read, and then I started my journey of self-development, of reading everything I find on doing the life book and other courses. And then I loved the life book so much that I became a life book leader, and I become involved in the membership, and I'm leading other people through the process. And just every day empowering myself to be better, to achieve more, to build myself up. I guess I know that I'm really strong, and I would like to show an example that is possible. That is possible to get out of the relationship that's not working anymore. And it doesn't matter how long it was or how beautiful it was. How to accept the fact that it's not okay anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And that a woman can live on her own. And if there is a lot of snow, she can take care of that too, you know.
Yeah, she can. She can just go outside and shovel it.
Exactly. So there is all this beliefs that the woman alone cannot live and she is not successful, and it's like she's a failure for not having a husband. And I think it's totally nonsense, and I just want to prove that. So that really inspires me.
Yeah, and you are a living example. You came back and you are now starting anew in Lithuania. And I just have to go back to your visions from the life book that you did. Did they motivate you to go back and to start anew and to become the person that you wanted to be?
Not really. They start from where you are.
Mm-hmm.
You just become very clear who you want to be. Like, you define how you want to look like, that you want to be healthy, and you want to eat healthy, and you want to take care of your skin, and you want to have friends, and you want to have a beautiful love relationship. And that for me was so powerful, because I was feeling like now I have to go out and date and find the one. And after thinking about it, I realized that I do not want to go out and date whatever. I want to find and create the best partnership I can. And that requires time, and that requires healing. And so that was a really powerful category. And you also define like which kind of career you want to do, and what kind of impact do you want to make on the world. And then combining all of that together, you kind of get very clear vision, very clear life vision, who you want to become. And then you do step by step, like what is your daily action to go there.
Mm. And they are the small steps that makes the huge difference.
Exactly, yes,
That
yes.
is,
So that's also very powerful. It's like so you do a life vision, and then you define some very important goals for you, and then you define your daily actions, what you want to do every day, and doing that transforms everything.
it does. What are your daily actions?
Oh, now I want to finish this year strong, so I have full list.
Nice.
I'm doing breath work and meditation and yoga practice every day, as well as some self-development courses. And I'm reading a book every day and going for a walk and finding some time to connect with my kids.
Nice. It's also about, like, for myself, like balance in everything. As you know, you have kids, you have yourself, you want to develop, you have to work. It's how do you find the balance to do it?
I tried to do my this list in a balanced way, so that it includes all the categories that are important to me. Oh, I forgot to mention, I have like an hour that I have to work on my projects, on my business, or on something like that. That's important for me at the moment, so that I don't forget it. But yeah, this year I want to finish strong, so I got a very heavy list, so I have to really work now.
You got yourself busy.
Yes, yes, I cannot get distracted at all. I wake up and I go till the midnight to finish everything, but it feels very good. I feel very empowered, and I know that the next year will be even better.
It will be. I'm so excited for you. So you have gone through this huge transformation, and so you work back in Germany. Wasn't it in a factory, like a yarn factory that you had?
Yes. So with my ex-husband, we created a yarn factory. We were producing hand knitting yarns. So like the knit sweaters and shawls and things like that. And it was a long dream from his family, because they're in the business, but more in the retail side. And they wanted to have some production. So when my son was 1 year old, we were thinking where that factory should be, because we were sure it has to happen. We didn't
Mm.
see other options. We thought that's the one.
That's the one dream from his family, right?
Yeah, it looked very convincing. My family was also very like excited, and me too. And I mean, that looked like the only way to go. We never considered other options, actually.
Mm.
Um, but we had to decide, where do we want to do this factory. So we wanted to do it in Ecuador, in Peru. I have never been in Peru, by the way, in Germany or Lithuania. And we were so torn between all these countries. And like we went to the Ecuador, and it's like, okay, Ecuador is perfect place. And then we went to Lithuania, it's like, Lithuania is awesome. And then we go to Germany, and it's like, Germany it is. And then we decided that Germany is the best option. And we went there and built that company from scratch. So there was nothing. We had to import textile machinery, and we had no company. and he didn't have the correct visa status, and I didn't know the language, and I had a 1-year-old.
Oh my gosh. Sounds like a lot on the plate for starting a business.
Yeah, so it was very challenging time. But we got to do it, and we even expanded, and we worked with the biggest brands in Germany, and we had our own little online shop, and we went to all these wool festivals, and we talked with all those grandmas, and it was a lot of fun. It was very creative, and it was a lot of hard work, a lot of challenge, a lot of insecurity in a way. But a lot of fun, a lot of creativity, we went to like Paris fashion shows because we thought we're in a fashion industry. Okay.
Wow, so we got to
Uh,
experience so many things. But I just want to say that they they had this big vision, this big dream about this, this the factory that his family had, and you made it come true because you just worked hard. You didn't see any other options, so you just had to do it, and you did it, and you succeed in it.
Torny, I think that the bigger the dream or the goal, that the easier is to make it because you have no time for self-doubt or to think, what if it will not work? It's like it has to work.
Mm.
It's in a way to work. And
And you just find a way. If there's a will, there's a way.
yes, there is a saying that if your dream is much bigger than you, then the universe conspires to help you. So I employ that a lot.
Yeah, so you made his dream come true, his family's dreams come true by doing that. And now, talking about dreams, what is your dream now as you started you are in Lithuania, you've done a lot of self-development, rebuilding yourself.
Yes, the first thing I did here in Lithuania was to co-create a support community for mothers. And we were meeting each week, doing different activities and just providing the safe space where they can relax from the routine and come recharged. Um, it was I'm saying was because I'm not part of it anymore. But it still is a very beautiful place where a lot of women found themselves. Uh, and it was so beautiful to see that transformation. And I really believe in this, that we need to support women more, so that they can grow healthy children. And in general, my goal or my dream is to make children and babies welcome in this world. I want to show them that this is a safe space. And for me, look like if you can empower the mother, she will take care of the baby and she will love him.
That is
Uh,
so true.
isn't
That's so
it?
beautiful. So how was your journey like finding?
Oh, it was very easy. I saw one post on Facebook, and the woman wrote that she's thinking to create a space like that, for women to relax from motherhood. And then I wrote her like a comment like, I will support you, and if you ever need something, reach out or we can do it. Then she reached out to me, we met, and it's like, let's do it together. And she had the space to do it. We had ideas to do it, and I think we met like, I don't know, Monday for the first time. It was such a crazy meeting. It was really hot. And I was here in Lithuania for like a week, maybe
Oh,
less.
you had come back to Lithuania and suddenly you had another job, not the government job that you applied for, but you had this other project that was meant for
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, that project I wanted to do with the government was also about women and the mothers. So I decided to take things and do it by myself. So yes, we met, and she had a baby, and my daughter was like 2. no, maybe 3, 2.5, something like that. It was
Mm-hmm.
really small. And so we met on Monday and we said, okay, so let's do it this Thursday.
So
Let's
you
try.
just started again, like you always do, just start.
Yes, I somehow have no problem starting things. Um, and so we started, and everything flowed really, really nice. And we had it slowly, or we had more and more women, and we had a bigger following in Facebook. And we even got some people that were helping us, like with small gifts, and so we can give some presents to the mothers or to the people that come to do a lecture. So it was very inspiring, but in this autumn, I felt like that is no more in alignment for me. So
How
I
did you
decided,
feel that? Did you, listening to your intuition, did it tell you that it's no more?
yes, it started to feel heavy. When I needed to do something for that community, it felt heavy and hard and really time consuming. And I had this feeling that I'm putting a lot of effort and a lot of energy. It's not going, and it's not bringing me things, and it's somehow not rolling, and it started to be very heavy and for me. And then I thought, I do not want to do this anymore. I was really scared because I felt, look, I built something from scratch again, and I want to leave it when it's finally working. But then I realized I actually do not have any energy for that project anymore, and I was ready to face whatever consequence it is. Um, I don't know, I was expecting drama or something like that, and I received so much love and support even from the woman I was doing it with. It was overwhelming. I never expected that. Um, I felt very, very much loved and supported. And
And now, so what is this bringing you to the next step? So, what are your new dreams? Because we talked the other day, and you told me you had some actual dreams.
yes, yes. So we had some powerful eclipses this year, recently.
Mm-hmm.
And on the first one, I had a dream where I met my gynecologist. I mean, she just comes to me in the dream and she hugs me and says, Gabriele, finally, I found a job for you and you will be welcoming babies with me. Let's now put you on the same shift as me. And she was so worried to put me on the same shift as her. And she took care of me so much. And she was so excited. And I was just in shock. Like, what is happening here? And then she told me, actually, you already know everything there is to know. You just have uh, to learn to use a face mask. I was like, why a face mask?
Face mask, we are done with that now, right?
Yes, done with that thing. Yeah, and I woke up from that dream so confused. And then I talked with some friends, and I talked with my soul sister, and she told me, like, the babies are new projects. And I told her, no, actually, the real pregnancy and birthing is something that is deeply interesting to me and deeply triggering me. And I think it's about the real thing. And then I
Yeah.
told her, look, in my next life, I will be a doula. And she told me, you cannot plan your next life.
In this life.
Like, if you want to become a doula, just do it. So now I'm considering that option. Um, because recently I also met some women that are doulas, and another friend like sent me a course for doulas and midwives, almost by accident. And then I was so interested, and like, how do you know that that's so interesting to me? And she's like, I don't know, I just felt like it's interesting to you. So
The
yeah,
universe is really helping you to align that. Okay, look, here's another sign, like putting all the signs for you. So you just have to follow them. And
exactly. So I just want to learn more. I want to be curious about that and see where it leads me. Um, yeah. Actually, yesterday I was in one lesson and one presentation about conscious birthing, about conscious preparation for pregnancy, and it was very interesting. It's like, I don't know, my soul was so happy.
you felt it in your soul. Is that your soul's calling now?
Totally, yes, yes.
So
And I knew that for a long time. As I told you, I felt like my mission is to make babies feel welcome in this world.
that is
And
a beautiful mission.
maybe it's true, actually, um, welcoming them in this world. uh, yes.
I can see that as well. You are lightening up. And I think you have done a lot of courses, a lot of self-development, and you always seem to follow what is on the top of your joy list, if you understand.
Yes, yes. I have real problem with doing something I don't like.
I'm the same. I can relate to that. My soul is like, you're not supposed to do it. Go and see another direction, and then oh, there it was.
Yes, yes. And when I do something I like and something that brings joy to me, then my life doesn't feel hard. Then I can alone take care of my kids, and then I have no time for complaining or be the victim or just, yeah, complaining.
Yeah, it's about doing things that brings you joy, that feeds your soul, and
Mhm.
in that way, life becomes more easier. It's more
Exactly.
light. You become more happy and fulfilled in all areas. So you can give more back to the people that you love at the same time.
Yes, yes. And then I show an example to my kids that I value myself, and that's important to take care of my own um, mood and my feelings and my energy levels. And I
Mm.
teach them to do the same.
It's very important, especially with the kids. I can also relate to that. When you are in the good state of mind, emotionally, physically, mentally, you are a better parent for your kid.
Yes, yes. And they learn through example. So
They
whatever
do.
you show them, they learn.
They do, and they feel everything.
Oh, yes.
But I'm so also so inspired by you because you take your actual dreams, not your dreams on the paper, but your your dreams, and you listen to them. And so, what is it telling me? And you are like reflecting on it, and you're taking action towards your dreams that you had by night by becoming a doula. I'm so proud of you for that.
Thank you. I'm always very happy to receive your support. And yes, I do not dream very often, but when I dream is so vivid and so real, that it totally, when I wake up, I see the world differently. And you
Mhm.
cannot undo that. I cannot not see that and think it did not happen and that did not move my soul because it did.
I did. Did you feel? Did you feel like an energy shift after you by like, oh, this is what I want? Because we're always looking for the next step, the purpose, and what we're gonna do, what we're here to do. And did you have this feeling when you like this lit up feeling after you sign up for the courses that you when you became the coach or the mom center?
Yes, yes. I always feel that follow that feeling. I'm a person that feels very deeply. So sometimes I remember in the beginning of this journey, I took one masterclass and it was about conscious separation or something like that. And I watched it and I felt so much gratitude that I incarnated at the same moment as those people in that masterclass that I even told my mom. I said, I'm beyond inspired. I was so happy, like for some days, that there are people that are living their dreams and um, that are creating the world a better place. And I know that I'm here to do exactly the same. And I got so inspired that I think that those people that are like an example for me, they're no better or no worse than me. We all have that potential. Just we need to step out of our box of thinking and start doing, start experimenting, start playing, and be creative and follow that passion.
Because the passion is there for a reason.
Exactly.
Look at you. Took you from Germany back to Lithuania, and a job that wasn't meant for you brought you to this mom center, and everything just comes together is somehow.
Yes, and when it comes together, then it breaks down again, and then it comes together in another way, and that's the beauty of it.
It is beautiful. I can also, relate to that. Becoming a coach, and then I went on this journey, and now I don't know the next step yet, but I'm still just have to follow my joy, whatever it is. I don't know at this moment, but we'll see.
Yes, you're such an inspiration to me. In my darkest hours, I think I can always be like Torny and sell my apartment and go to Mexico.
I'm so happy to hear that you two as well have been a huge inspiration and really supportive friend since we met. So I'm very grateful for that. I learned so much through you, and I'm also so inspired by, your dreams and how everything eventually comes together. And it's also inspiring for me to hear that you shifted your mind, or not shifted your mind, but you're focused instead of being in the victimhood and in the depression after in your divorce. You looked for options, what it was inspiring to you, what it was calling you, and you did the courses. And that also takes a lot of, focus to get out of your mind sometimes, or your
Yeah,
head.
yes, and to face your fears. I
Oh
had
yeah.
that huge fear of being alone. I was always surrounded by friends or my kids or my now ex-husband. I was never alone. And then suddenly I had to be alone. It was very hard, but I found comfort in it. And when you face your fear, then you're not scared anymore. Then nothing is like really stopping you.
Yeah, make the uncomfortable comfortable.
Exactly.
And then it's a whole other world on the other side of that. It is.
Yes, yes. And but you reach a moment where you say like, okay, it cannot get worse than this.
Hmm.
I don't allow that.
No, that's true. I just want to ask you a final question, and that is, what advice do you wish you had back in the days when you had your worst moment in your life, when you went through your divorce? What would you wish you knew back then than you know now?
That's a really good question. I guess for me it was a lot about support. I was always expecting like other people supporting me and my decisions about my life. So my advice would be like, don't look for external validation. You are enough and you can do it. Just do what makes you happy and what makes you feel joy and be in integrity with you.
That's so beautiful. Thank you so much, Gabriele, for the beautiful conversation I have with you. I appreciate that. And I'm so excited to see your next step and when you are becoming the doula that you want to become. I know that you will reach that goal because you reach all your goals in life.
It's very likely. It's very likely. Thank you for having me. It was, as always, a pleasure to talk to you.
And if people are curious about where they can find you on, you have your Instagram. What is your
Yes.
Instagram page?
My Instagram is at Coach Gabriele, and
Beautiful.
meet there.
Yes. Okay, so you have to go back to your shovel, your snow, and I will go back to my sunshine.
Yes.
I
It's the last winter, so
yes.
for snow.
Okay, thank you, Gabriele.
Thank you. Have a beautiful day.
Thank you so much to Gabriele Lopez for coming and sharing her beautiful story and wisdom on the Dancing Heart podcast. If you like my podcast, don't forget to share it with your friends. And you can also find me on my Instagram. It's Torny. Have a beautiful day, and I will see you in the next episode. Lots of love from Playa del Carmen. Bye.